Hi chat, welcome to another stream. How we all doing today? It is Monday. It's Up Dog Day of the 8th of December of 2025. We're back for yet another stream. As usual, we're doing some Advent of COD. And if we get through that quickly, we'll I got a few last little bits of repo cleanup. We're gonna nuke the giant repo today. It's gonna happen. Well, not today, but this week. Let me say hi to everyone who's here, and then we'll jump into things. Button. There we go. Button work. Button worky. Major Tanya was here before the stream started, but Drunk Time Lord was first today. Hello, hello. Major Tanya's still here. Beldadas, meow, meow too as well. Force Penguin's here. How's it going? Kexit is lurking. Sounds good, sounds good. A Kaplan's here. Not very early. I mean, early enough. You're early enough. I'm not early enough. JJMC, hello, hello. I would have started stream earlier, but I edited the video that I just uploaded. This took fucking forever to edit, and there's not actually that many edits. It's just, it took a really fucking long time to edit this video. But please watch it. I put a lot of effort into it, even though the quality is not quite up to what I would normally have on my channel, but it is what it is. Strongly Type says it's gonna be 5 years since I subbed. Oh, shit. You've been around here for 5 years? That's true. God damn. Nice. Time, where has the time gone? Alevo Staros, hello, hello, welcome back. It's been a bit. How are you doing? When was the last time you were here? February. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Drink Time Lord says, do you wait for a song to end before starting the camera? No. I mostly just wait until it's been like at least 5 minutes and I'm done with whatever I was working on or reading. And then I click the button. Then I click the button. Professor Dr. Anthony dropped his new video. Yeah, right? Right? You're up to the Pokemon spreadsheet. Ah, you haven't even gotten to the content yet. Junk Timer's got to go to stand up. Sounds good, sounds good. All right, we're continuing as usual with Advent of Code. As I was falling asleep last night, I thought about a different way to solve the one that I used regex for, but we're not gonna do it that way. I just wanted to tell you I was thinking about that. Oh, I have a story. What was my story? I remembered I had a story though. Compile. This one that we did sort of trivially with regex. There's a more mathy way to do this by modulo and multiplication, but I'm not gonna implement it that way because this is simple and straightforward to explain. Did I move to California? No, I'm still in Michigan. Okay, but my story. Why am I congested? Hope I'm not getting sick. That would suck. My story for today is a really sort of annoying story. Like there's this road that goes from where I live in Ann Arbor to the more downtown area. And the road is essentially a divided highway. So there's a median and this direction goes this way, and there's 2 lanes that go this way. And one part of this road, there's this like highway exit ramp that comes into here, and then there's a hotel that also merges into this merge lane, and then they merge here. So like one-way traffic this way, one-way traffic this way. There's actually technically like a turnaround here too. I was in this left lane, and someone pulled out of the hotel and didn't even look. And it's a 45-mile-an-hour road. And so I had to slam in my brakes so I didn't hit the car going here. We'll mark them as red. This is bad car. Just fucking pulls in as I'm like here. And I give him a little honk on my horn. I'm like, hey buddy, you know, you merged here, but you didn't actually merge. You force pushed into this lane. And the asshole behind me, we'll mark them in well, they'll get another angry color. They'll get orange. The asshole behind me turns on his brights in response to me giving a little beep at this guy, and then tailgates me with his brights on for like the rest of the time I'm on this road. Like, what the fuck, dude? What did I do to you? I honked at the guy that clearly screwed up. Why am I being punished here? But yeah, some people are monsters for reasons, I guess. But anyway, that's my small story. I just continually overwrite this bitmap on my desktop so that I can copy this with a white background so that I can paste it into the Discord. Oh, janky workarounds. Janky workarounds. But anyway. Brave choice to tailgate the guy who just slammed on their brakes, right? Right? Ozgo and Moomy, good to see you again. Also, Easy Light, I didn't say hi to you, but hello again. Particular Pythonic says, is this Jackson Pollock's stream? No, but this road is called Jackson. So, maybe. Okay. We are on to day 8 of Advent of Code. Also particularly Pythonic. Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Let's get into it. We got numbered triples. Oh boy. Is there more nonsense at the end, or is it just triples? It's just triples all the way down. Jaholo, thank you for the resub at 63 months. Holy shit. Thank you for your continued support. It's good to see you again, and I hope that you are doing well. 63 is quite a few. Kevin's also here. Speaking of quite a few. Let's actually open up the problem and read what's going on. How are we doing with day 8? I have downloaded the input and done nothing else. So we are doing great. We are about to be real sad though, I'm sure. Because surely the difficulty has to level up at some point, right? This is a lot of sample input. All right, expected value somewhere down here. Somewhere? Maybe? 10, I guess? 10. Oh, but this is with parameterized input. So with n equals 10, we get 40. So we gotta add an n here. Why did I put a colon? Because I was thinking about the type annotation. So n equals 10. Expected is 40. All right, let's read the actual problem now. Kevin says, I got hard stuck on part 1 for a good 30 minutes before I realized what kind of problem it was. Then I solved part 1 and part 2 in like 10 minutes. Nice. Okay. The playground. Equipped with a new understanding of teleporter maintenance, you confidently step onto the repaired teleporter pad. Oh boy. Giant playground. Okay, working on setting up ambitious Christmas decoration project. Junction boxes. Those are these things. Yeah. Those things. Okay, the plan is to connect them. Most of them don't provide, however, when 2 junction boxes are connected by a string of lights, electricity can pass between the 2. Neat. Also trying to figure out which junction boxes to connect so that the electricity can reach every junction box. They even have a list of all the boxes in 3D space. Okay, so these are 3D points. Love that for us. Just push an optimized version. I'll share when you're done. Sounds good. I like that he left a link to the Wikipedia article on junction boxes. I mean, it's not a term that everyone knows, so I think it's fair to do. Describes a position of 20 of them, 1 per line. Each position is given as X, Y, Z. To save on string lights, the elves would like to focus on connecting pairs of junction boxes that are as close together as possible according to straight line distance. So Manhattan or not Manhattan? Oh, sheesh. Oh, sheesh. Wow, we're actually getting... Wow. Usually Eric does Manhattan distance. This is a different one today. Kevin says I had no idea what it was. I knew what it was, but I didn't know the word English. Ah, fair enough. Kegs has got dinner. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, the yeah, not as fun. Yeah. By connecting these two together, because electricity can flow between them, they become part of the same circuit. After connecting them, there's a single circuit which contains 2 boxes, and the remaining 18 boxes remain in their own individual circuits. Now, the 2 junction boxes are close together but aren't already directly connected are that and that. After connecting them, since blah is already connected to another junction box, there's now a single circuit which contains 3 junction boxes. Okay. Blah, blah. This is just walking through what to do. Because they're already in the same circuit, nothing happens. Okay. Process continues for a while, and the elves are concerned that they don't have enough extension cables. I'd like to know how big the circuits will be. After making the 10 shortest connections, there are 11 circuits. Then we add them all up. Okay. So, we'll actually be using some code from my text editor for this. Because there's a data structure that allows you to represent a closeness in 3D space via an efficient data structure. It's just Euclidean distance squared. Wait, is it not Euclidean distance? It just linked to Euclidean distance. Is it just the actual distance? I think it's just actual distance, right? Yeah, I think it's just actual distance. Why on earth does a text editor have that? Why does a text editor have a KD tree? That's a great question, Mumi. I'm about to show you. So, when we open this up, we get syntax highlighting, right? My terminal runs in essentially true color mode. However, Tmux doesn't advertise true color mode to curses. These colors are actually slightly different than the colors out here. And if we open up our text editor, babby main.py, you'll notice if you look very closely, these colors are ever so slightly different. Like, well, it's really obvious with the import keyword here. And so what the text editor is doing is finding the closest 256 compatible color to what the theme color says and replacing that. And so it uses a KD tree to find closeness there. But yeah, so we're gonna copy the KD tree implementation probably. Oh, you don't need the square root because mathematically you're just looking at the thing. Yeah. So anyway, that's why my text editor has a KD tree in it. Colors are triplets, so you can essentially think of them as 3D points. I of course don't remember how to make a KD tree, so we're just going to copy the code from there. And if I remember correctly, I wrote it generically. Color KD. Maybe not generically then. Takes color. Oh, and in fact, I don't even bother with the squirt either here, so. Yeah. If KD is none, return depth. Anyway, I'm basically just going to copy this code. But instead of color, we're going to use triplets. And surely I understand what the fuck's going on here. Philo Sofa, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Estimate using Euclidean distance for color similarity, even color theory. You're absolutely right, Moomy. It is a shitty solution to the problem. However, if you're in a terminal that doesn't have 256 colors, you don't deserve best effort. You deserve minimal effort. See, now that I think about this though, there's actually probably not that many points. So computing all the distances between each other is probably not terrible. Like how many points do we have? Do I even bother with the KD tree is what I'm saying. Because I also have to port this to SQLite, and there's no fucking way I'm going to implement a KD tree in SQLite. We only have 1,000 points. Wait, did it say 1,000 connections? Oh. It's just connect all of them. Let's just find the 10 shortest. Okay, so we actually don't need this at all then. We do not need this at all. Didn't you say you could write SQLite as fast as a general programming language? Yeah, but I don't think I could implement... I also don't think I could implement a KD tree without looking up the code that I wrote before for it. Or looking up the algorithm. So, shrugs. I mean, I could probably do it with all of the crazy shit that I wrote. Like, let's see. How does this actually work? Build. We have a KD, which has a color, it has an integer, and it has a KD on the left or right. We sort them on their axis. KV. Oh, lambda KV. So tuple color int. What is the int? Oh, it's the value, key value. We actually don't care about the int for this. Didn't they become a SQLite convert? No, I always do them. I always do some SQLite for the memes. Okay, so we have a list. We sort the list based on the particular axis. We find a pivot halfway through. We put the particular color at this position, and then we recursively build at the next depth. Depth mod 3. So we build a giant tree. Okay, that's simple enough. The search of a KD. Yeah, that's not gonna fly in SQL. I guess it's just an accumulator. But the recursion here is questionable. Yeah, so if there's a positive difference, we go down one part of the tree, and we go down the right one. And this is our it's a bounded tree traversal. But you know what? I think we can probably just do all of the distances and sort and then take the smallest ones, and if they're not, yeah. I feel like part 2 is going to be some other way though. Yeah, let's do without KD tree just because it's going to be simpler to write in SQLite. So, what's the easiest way to do this? We're going to generate a lot of points, a lot of distances. We're looking for the shortest ones. So we can just have a giant mapping. That's probably fine. Yeah, let's just parse all the points. Let's just parse all the points. X int y int z int class method parse. Return clus. And then we can just, yeah, you're right. We don't need the square distance because, or we don't need a square root because we can just use, you know. Why am I doing this? Get some. Wow, functional programming. Blech. And we could squirt it too if we wanted to get the float, but I don't think we need it. What the fuck? Why are we grinding me up? What did I miss, chat? What is going on here? Okay. So we need to record all of the distances, which our points are, we don't have that many points, so it's not that big a deal. I have a helper for this, don't I? I thought I had a helper for this. Maybe not. Or isn't there something in itertools for this? There's like a... forget what it's called. Or we can use iSlice, but... yeah. So you could do like 4. Why am I bothering with iSlice? We'll just use a fucking slice. It's not that inefficient. What? Right? Type error, compute. Oh, right. We don't need you anymore. Good. Yeah. And we just, I mean, we could even use a list of the shortest ones. We could even use a heap. We'll do it like this. Bisect dot. Is it insort? Insert X in list A. Keep it in sorted, assuming A is sorted. Yeah. Tuple, which is p1.distance p2. Do I actually want the positions or the points? I don't know. Let's put the positions and we can figure it out later. And so then we should have a list of all the distances between things. Bisect has no insert because it's insort, of course. And they're in sorted order. And so the shortest distance is between 0 and 19, which is the first and the last point, I think. Is that what lines up with what we've got here? So part 2 is almost certainly going to be, this doesn't minimize the distance, the total distance, and so we have to do more clever bits. But let's see. 439, 825. That is not the one that we get. Oh, wait. 162, 817, 819. Yeah. Or 812. 425, 690. Yeah, that's this one. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Wait, what? Is bisect.insort better than just sorting? You know, you're probably right that it is probably faster to just sort. Because this is going to do a shit ton of list operations, whereas we just do them all at the end. And it's going to be about the same. So you're probably right. I probably don't need to do bisect. Bisect is just too clever. Probably just fucking simple enough to just sort. We'll just do that then. That'll also probably make it easier to port to SQLite too. Just bubble sort? No, thank you. So we need to we need to keep track of a couple of things, like the groups and who has been connected, and I think we can do that by having a dict int to set int. And while len connected is less than, I think I'm actually going to sort this reversed. So we'll pop things off the end. Well, len connected is less than len points. We will get a distance and P1, P2, or well, we'll get an I and a J equals distances dot pop. And then if I in connected and J in connected, then we'll just continue. Then connected J equals connected I, and then connected I dot add J. Well, let's make it have symmetry, even though it doesn't matter. Why did I write breakpoint when I already had one? I don't know. Reversed is not an argument because it's reverse, of course. Key error 19. Oh, I guess there's the chance where neither of them are connected. Yeah. This is not right. Wait, if I is connected, then J becomes this, and J adds itself. Yeah. So now we have all of our connections, I guess. After making the 10 storage connections, there'll be 11 circuits. One with 5. Yeah. One with 4. Somewhere in here. 4. 2 circuits with 2. And 7 which contain a single box. Wait, what? Wait, what? How can you only contain a single? Oh, it's bounded. Okay, I made many more connections than what it wanted me to do. So I do actually need that end bound. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't braining. I was thinking, oh, you make 10 connections, that'll connect the 20 points. But no, that'll just put it into little pairs. Which is fine. This isn't quite right either. Because we also have the case where we skip connections, so we do have to... So we have... We also don't have what we see before. What the fuck? There are 11 circuits. We got the one with 5. We have one with 4, but we don't see the one with 4. We have still this. Interesting. I guess we can step through with what it gives us as the example. Also, stop giving me hints. I don't want hints. Get out of here. I guess let's step through when we make our connections and see what points we're actually connecting and see if that matches what the problem says. Do you want to lose your VIP and become a moderator, Kevin? I don't think you want that. So we start with these two. That looks good. We become a circuit. So 0 and 19 are connected. Great. So next we get 162, 817, 812. Yeah. 431, 825, 988. Yeah. So we have a single circuit with 3 in it. Great. Next two are these ones. 906, 360, 560, 805, 96, 715. Okay. So we should have the 3 circuits and the 2 circuit. The next one we get something because they're already in the same circuit. (17) and 18. Wait, what? This is a different set of things. Oh, because we skipped it, probably. We probably skipped it. I just didn't do the breakpoint. Super weird. I guess I should probably debug it as it goes and see what we get at each step, because there's probably one of these is fucked up. Probably. Because we got 2 2s, 3, no, several 2s, at least 2 2s. So that's clearly not what we want here. You can't be both VIP and mod. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Never noticed that there are no human mods here. Sometimes there are. They're just not very often here. And I often just zap people myself. Vindicate me, hello, hello. Woos is also here. How's it going? To be fair, I shouldn't be trusted with power. It may go to my head. True. That's weird. I wish it would have shown one more step here. Okay, let's step through this and see where things go wrong. Probably, maybe. Let's make a little debugger helper. That might be helpful. Sets aren't sortable, I guess. If we can't sort, key equals len. Set has no values. Oh, this is supposed to be a dictionary. And it's too long of a line, but whatever. Okay, we connected 0 and 19, 0 and 19 and 7, 2 and 13. That lines up with what we had here. Oh. Oh, I forgot about the case where, yeah, they can already be connected, but they need to be in the same set. So this logic is not quite right. Okay, I understand where I fucked up. We need to say if connected. They are in the same set. Then we skip. Otherwise, we need to. Oh. We need to undo all the sets. Guess we just pick one of them. Oh, that's gonna be kind of annoying. I need to redo all of the sets. Ah. Yeah, like these conditions are easy. The other ones are annoying. Blah. Make a new set, and then yeah, something like that. That should give us our better set. If I remember how to Python, just run the linter. And yeah, my debug function doesn't have a type annotation, but suck it. Mimi says you could still get away with a pretty bad solution today, but there is potential to do it the hard way. Yeah. AOC is starting to be hard? No, I'm just not thinking. There's no Brian happening. Okay, so we got our 5 set. No. This is still not right. We have 2 2s and 2 5s. That can't be right. It was supposed to be a 5 and a 4 and a 2. So we've definitely run too many connections. Right? How could this possibly be true? Oh, did I just get disconnected? Are we still here? We're still here. Cool. Let's see. Actually, let's do it this way. So 2 is connected to 13, that adds it to there. Connected 14 and 19, that was in this one. Connected 2 and 18. Which makes this and this come along together. So that's our 5. We already have way too many things. How many connections have we made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've only made 9 connections and somehow we have too large. How? How? Do the skipped connections count? Five, 4, 2, 2. That's closer. Oh, no, that's exactly right. Why the fuck did the skipped ones count? They didn't make a connection here, did they? I guess they connect them, it just is useless? Well, that's fucking annoying. Why would they do that? I guess that's fine. And I no longer need a while loop. Or this state variable. Super strange. Oh, Matt, that product is gonna be annoying because we can't do it in SQLite. Can product take a list? Oh, we're about to find out. Or not a list. Oh, it's prod, not product. Cool. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna run a prediction, and I drank a bunch of water before stream started, so I'm gonna go fill up my water and use the restroom. I'll be right back. You can gamba on whether this is correct or not. We'll even give you a minute on this one. Wow, a whole minute. All right, I'll see you in a sec. All right, we are back. FordPref says would also vote for no. Well, then why didn't you fucking vote, dude? You had time. All right. Pytus passes. And we run our submission. And we get an answer that's way too high. And now we get to debug it, the best part. Oh, because I didn't fucking read the problem again, as usual. I didn't read the problem. 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 How do I write a quick test that invalidates that? I didn't read the problem. God fucking damn it. How do we write a test for that? We could. Also, it's not even just the unique sizes, it's the separate ones. I was gonna tell you, but felt like you should feel the pain. It's fine. That's what I get for skimming, as usual. It's also not the product of all of them. It's also not the product of the unique sizes. There's like 4 bugs in this line. 1 from not reading, 2 from misinterpreting a bit. I should have, I don't know why I didn't read. I got a number that was the right number and then called it good. Yeah. Let's get the unique values out at least. It's wild that you got the right answer with so many bugs. I mean, it isn't that wild. Like, there's a few ways that this could have gone wrong. It's like the sample input couldn't have exposed this without a different N. Emma's here. Hello, hello. How's it going? Yeah, so we get our unique sets, and then sort them by size, and that should give us of course, we have to sort them in reversed order. Technically, we're ignoring set to size 0. This should be reverse equals true. And so now the test should pass. Oh, sorted unique stat values. Yeah. I don't even want length here. I want length here. Yeah. Okay, so now this is right. I should have written a test case to make the old one wrong. How can I do that? I guess we could add another N, maybe? Just go for it, live a little. Yeah, fine. We'll do another gamble. Did I fix my bug? Gamble away, chat. Eric has the problems ready by February and then spends the rest of the year polishing the false successes. Yeah, that makes sense. Narf, hello, welcome. What's our prediction look like? Still doubters. Kegs has got a bunch on no. Woosa's got some on yes. Oh, you're joking / speculating? I'm pretty sure. Well, you can get the some of the AOC some of the people that work with Eric on this sometimes are in the chat. But I haven't been streaming it unlocked, so yeah. Wow, we got it right the second time. Let's read part 2 and maybe actually read it. Oh. Yeah. Multiply the x coordinates of the last 2 boxes that you keep connecting. Yeah. So we just run our solution until it is all connected. Not until it's all connected, but until all of them are all in one. Part 2 is one of those you might have solved part 2 before part 1 moments. Yeah. I sort of already had that, but not quite. I sort of already had that, but not quite. I just ran this until everything had a connection, which is not the same as everything being connected. So I need to keep going after that. But it's sort of easy to do that. I can just while true. I'm kind of surprised how slow this is, but whatever. I guess I am generating a list of, you know, 100,000 things or a million things. Last 10 minutes reading comprehension. Yo, same. Bottle of duck. Welcome to the stream. How does one have a bottle of duck? Len connected equals len points and I mean len of this is why did I say equals 0 over there? What am I doing? It took me forever to read the sentence so nothing happens. Yeah, I think that one was not well, that sentence was not well written because I also misinterpreted that sentence, but maybe I just didn't read it the same way that it was intended. Wow, that was some dumb writing there. Oh, this is not what I want to do. I just wrote this in part 2. Actually, let's redo everything. Write it out to part 2.py. Then undo it. And write it out to part 1.py. Okay. Let's make sure it still is right though. Okay, cool. What's the value for this? Cool. Yesterday, active also meant nothing, and I was salty about it. He wrote Eric about it, and he apologized. Yeah, it happens. Mimi says, "What's Babby's heuristic for undoing?" So. It joins all like string operations together, and then it's kind of it doesn't have a tree, it just has a chain. And actually I think it's in file. No, it's probably in screen. It decides what an operation is by a named operation. So it tries to batch all of the string operations together somewhere. I don't remember where the buffered input. No. Where's the part where it buffers all the strings together? Oh. Get WCH with retry. Not that one. Oh, get sequence, I bet, is where it buffers the strings. No. Anyway, somewhere in here it buffers string operations so that they're all together. And then the actual operations must be in the other file. Are actions. They're considered actions, and every time an action occurs, it adds it to an undo and redo stack. And the way the undo and redo stack works is there's you can boil down any operation on a file to these three, which is either assigning a line, deleting a line, or inserting a line. And these are boiling it down to just these three makes it easily undoable. By applying the opposite operation in the opposite direction. And so we record all of those and then have series of callbacks for those. And yeah. So every time you have a set, the opposite is a different set. Every time you have a delete, the opposite of it is an insert, and every insert, the opposite of it is delete. And so it just records those on the forward motion, and then undoing them flips them, and then, you know, bounces them back and forth. But yeah. Your bash down to part 2 for 330 characters, 333 characters, nice. Does it take time into account? No, but there are some things that sort of, they don't take time, they take like operations. So like if you ask the position in the file and you move around a bit, it goes away after a certain number of character presses or after a certain number of actions. And like the status clears after numbers of actions rather than time. I don't really like using time because it makes it harder to test. But also like, I don't know. The way it works right now is how I like it. So, all right, our predictions in. How did our gamble look? We got most of the people saying yes, but most of the points saying no. All right. That's fine. Ta-da! Oh wait, that was the last one. Oh shit. Did I skip a prediction? I skipped a prediction, didn't I? Fuck. Ah, I skipped a prediction. Oh well, no gamba on this one, I guess. Day 8, and then we'll do it in sequel somehow. We might use triggers today, just to mix it up a little bit. Kevin says, easy first try. Alright, you just put your input in line. Got your distance function, cool. Wow, my distance function is more FP than yours. What the hell, Kevin? You didn't even use zip once. Lumi says, thanks, that's helpful. I've been using my own texter for AOC and it's currently not batching anything for the undo redo stack. If Babby can get away without timestamps, I'm sure I can too. Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is Ruby. This isn't Janae, right? Find equals lambda do. What the fuck are these things doing? Oh, this is your like set management stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, I guess this is clever. Every time you combine a set, you just decrease that. Makes sense. It's path compression. I didn't do before. Ah, yeah. Particular Pathonic says I got to use the new 3.14 max heaps for my solution for this. Slapped a DSU with the max heap and it was very natural for the problem. Interesting. Emma says wearing my hoodie at the computer not because I'm a hacker woman, but because it's cold in my office. Hey, there you go. Lumi says I feel like I threw half a book's worth of DSA at this problem. Union find heap Connor. What language is yours in? Chappelle. It's probably chapel, but it made my solution go room before it was seconds. Yeah, mine's taking seconds right now, which is okay. Nice. He wrote a little test suite that prints out colored text. Neat. Okay. Let's think about how I'm gonna do this in SQL. Chapel our own language, let's fucking go. Yeah. Oh, I had a notification. One sec. Yeah, how the fuck am I gonna do this in SQL? So like computing all the distances, not hard. Parsing all the points, not hard. So I guess we could do that first, since I know we're gonna need to do that. Mumi says I've been enjoying Chapel so far. It's pretty expressive, and you can do data parallelization easy. Nice. Kevin's got a fun picture to share. Something I dusted off for today. Oh. Oops. So let's do the parsing first, since we know we need to do that. Oops. We actually have to have this as well. Um. Do a little JSON parse here. Used it to look up the algorithm for minimum spanning tree. Oh man. I'm pretty sure I have a pirated version of this book. Somewhere. Where would it even be? Where would it even be? Why do I have a copy of JavaScript the good parts in here? That doesn't make any sense. Pirated textbook in there too. Why is everything saved as a docx file? Anyway, I'm pretty sure I have a copy of this book somewhere too. I never opened it. Not once. Not once did I open it. Okay, so it's triplets. Let's put the small input into a file. So we need to append squackets on both sides and replace new line with this, and that should get us our points. Malform JSON, no. What mean? How? Oh, we need a comma. Right. Right, of course, yes. Of course. Yay, we have our points. Algorithms not even once, yeah. And then we can have create table distances. D int p1 int p2 int insert into distances select god fucking damn it self join on p2 dot row ID is greater than p1 dot row ID. Yeah. Is there a power in SQL? I seem to remember there's not. Oh man. Is there pow? But it returns float. I don't like that. I don't like that. distance p1.rowid and p2.rowid. Let's see if those are the same distances that we had here. Oh, but they're in reversed. Right. So these will be off by 1 because the row IDs are different, but that's okay. 119, 18, 314. Yeah, these look great. I mean, you think this was a coincidence? I think not. Minimum spanning trees in the first sentence is electric circuit designs often need to make pins. Yeah. That's kind of good. That's pretty good. Okay, we have our distances table. Now, how do we port the rest of this fucking algorithm? That's gonna be the tough part. I actually think part 1 is easier, maybe. Maybe. This, I don't like all this logic though. I don't like all this logic. Because what do our JSON operators give us? I mean, we can do... can query, and JSON each is pretty powerful. Like, I probably could just literally represent this structure and build it up and down each time. I could also just represent this as a table. The problem is I don't really have the like luxury of a set object or referential assignment, which is what I was sort of abusing here. Like, I think what I want to do is represent everything as just a list of connected things. And then, I don't know, maybe I would start with... maybe I would start with like every ID separately. And then find the list that contains the left and find the list that contains the right. And then concatenate them. Can I even concatenate? I guess I can union. JSON. Insert, replace, and set functions. Take a single JSON as a first, followed by path and values. Oh, they can take an odd number of variable arguments? Yeah, I don't think there's a concat, but I can do it with unions. Wait, merge patch? Merge patch cannot append to an array nor modify individual elements of an array. It can only insert, replace, or delete the whole array. Not useful when dealing with JSON that includes arrays, especially arrays with lots of substructure. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, SQLite has a JSON 5 parser? That's kind of wild. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna represent it as list of lists. Or at least attempt to do that. Crazy Owl, hello, hello, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. So let's do that with recursive. I think that's actually it. Can you do an octree in SQLite? Possibly. Race Suite says, in SQLite, if you add strict to the end of your create table, it actually checks the column types. Like create table strict. Or here. And then you need to specify data types. I mean, it kind of does. But I assume you're saying that, I mean, it sort of doesn't, but sort of does. I assume you mean that because I did this the other day. But yeah, this is actually helpful because I was going to make a video on this with a clickbait title. And I guess it's good to know that there's a thing that validates them. Just trivia? Oh, I guess you weren't here for me figuring out that string is actually an integer. Right. Saga the horse. Oh no, it's Sancho the horse. Fuck, I can read. Says, how are you today doing Advent of Code? I see. Is it at least interesting this year? It's interesting every year. But yeah, thank you for the trivia. That'll make it into the video too. So I'm glad this exists because you can just actually just put fucking nonsense here without the strict. And it's just like, I got you, bro. Int. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this, insert in 2 points, values 1, 2. JSON array, JSON group array, JSON array row ID from points, I think is what I want. Yep. Cool. Followed from stairs sound type. Select 0, I guess, for our initial case, and then okay, so we initialized our table properly. Now we need to make the WATs work. We also ran exactly the number of rows as well, so that's good as well. Can we ask the length of an array? Crat. That's not gonna be what I want. Bad JSON path. How do I get array size? JSON array length. Oh, it's literally a function. I could also pivot it and do count, which I'm pretty sure I did somewhere else. JSON array size. So was it length? Probably length. Cool. There are only 5 actual types of SQLite: null, integer, real, text, and blob. Anything else that works becomes one of them. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Although I'm surprised blob is treated differently. I guess for binary versus text. I guess, never mind, it makes sense. Never mind, it makes sense. Okay, so we need to make a call. We need to make a horrible, ugly query using this. Again. Gabriel says parentheses y is what column. Oh yeah, so I didn't specify the data type, but yeah, this is a table named X which has a single column named Y. And I think by default Y has no type. Because it let me just put this in it. Let me put a string in there. This parenthesis down here is a function call. So there's 2 parentheses, Y parentheses in this. That mean different things. God, this query's gonna suck to write. Because you don't have like array contains. So I think what I'm gonna do is select a select here with a union all here. And this query is gonna eliminate all of the arrays that contain either of these two values that we get from joining the small division, or the smallest point connection. And then the bottom query is gonna be building the new set. That actually doesn't sound terrible. Although I don't know how I'm gonna do concat without yet another subquery. I also don't know how I'm gonna do contains. But I guess let's start writing that. Cause he's gonna go watch my new video. Sounds good, sounds good. Yeah, I don't think we have. God damn it. Oh. Oh, I missed Ford Pref who followed. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Oh, wait. We need to do this in the other direction. Let's just insert sorted into the table. Oh, but then we have to do this. Yeah, why did I do the weird popping in the previous one? I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to trash my data structure. I could just iterate forward. Does SQLite parse the whole file? Or can I have a SQL? Oh, good. It just runs it. Yeah, it does look right. Okay. So those are in sorted order. Well, another parenthesis here. Oh no, why do they turn into strings? That's not what I want. Just looking at the SQLite docs, data type docs. Note that a declared type of floating point would give integer affinity, not real affinity, due to int being at the end of point. Oh no. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, why did it turn these all into strings? I guess we can just say JSON here. And they remained unchanged, so clearly that worked well. Oh, because we have two values here. Fuck. How do I differentiate these values? Maybe like this. Still doesn't do what I want. All right, I'm gonna go fill up my water and then I'll think about this some more. This is kind of the right idea, I think, but I think I've just fucked it up in some way. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Okay, I thought about it while I was downstairs, and this query is backwards. We need to. Wait, no, maybe this is right. We are counting the number of matches. We need the count to be 0. Wait, this seems right. Okay, well let's make a thing and debug it. Kevin's going to bed. Well, thank you for stopping by. Good to see you as always. I will see you around. Have a good one. I think I'm off by 1 as well, but that's another problem. Big ol' array. Let's do some bogus values. And then do this query, I guess. Table NN has 1 columns, but 2 values were specified. That's because I forgot a comma. Syntax error near inner, yeah, because I copy pasted. I think this needs to be +1, by the way. Oh, where distances, where distances. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's not working, which is great. I fixed the off by 1. It is still not working. What happens if I put this in there? What happens if I also put this in there? Yeah, so why does 4 not match 4? Probably because this is ambiguous. Yep, that was why. So now we've eliminated 4 and 6, and then we need to make 4 and 6. Okay, so how do we make the array? Oh, we also have to fix the off by ones here, right? Plus ones. So how do I make this queryless grows? Why do I need this? Can I get away by doing this? No, I cannot. It's so weird. Super weird that it just turns into a string for some goddamn reason. Okay, but we're correctly shrinking these, which is very good. It is what we want. But now we need to make the array that's the rest of them. And we can do that by union all doesn't matter here, but it's going to matter for our second array. You might want to recompile SQLite with SQLite enable 8.3 names equals 1. Yeah. Well, we're only using memory. Oh, well, I guess read file does, but yeah, imagine, right? I'm surprised that you need I'm surprised that it needs a, like, what does that configure flag possibly do? Because surely the file IO should handle that for you, not the. I would hope they don't have to handle that in code. But maybe I play around with this in my little test bed first. Okay, so ignoring all this shit, we need to grab the two arrays that contain our cells. And then we need to slam them together. How the fuck is that gonna work? How do I even get two arrays and make them joined? Oh, I guess it's easier because they're fixed numbers of arrays, so it's not that hard. Yeah. So let's keep this. So we know. Oh. Yeah. So it just says tag admin of code and admin of code 2025 for red discovery. I don't really care about discovery. I don't need group concat because I have JSON group array, which does what I want. I don't need help, Patrick, by the way. I got this. You just gotta distract / annoy me. Just capitalize these because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna copy paste this at the end. It's gonna look super gross. So that's one of the arrays, and then we have to get the other one. Why didn't I need a semicolon? Maybe because it was the end of the file. And then we can do select. Where's the next error? Line 8? Somewhere. Oh, because... And then I think I need to double this. And... Why the fuck? Why the fuck where did the other one go? Why did it not group them then? Why did it drop the second one? We have 2 values. This is the fucking, this is the bug from before. And last time I fixed it by just, wait, what? What? I have no fucking idea. I didn't change anything. I guess I was selecting from a temp table. But anyway, this I believe is the second half of this. Somehow. Maybe. I'll paste it in there and see what it does. Multiple recursive references NNO. We need to get rid of this. Sort of looks like it's working. So what do we do in the first one? Combine 1 and 20. Where's our set of size 4? What happened? Where did this one go? Oh, why do you have 20 in here twice? Cause I don't want union all. Yo! Let's go! Okay. Let's got 5, 4, and 2. How do I write this simpler? Or do I bother? I probably don't bother. I think this is probably fine and just re-indent it. Yeah. I should do the same thing that I did there here so that it is consistent. Yeah. Okay. Part 2 is actually going to be really easy, but we're not done with part 1 yet. We need to get the 3 largest values out of here and then multiply them together. And unfortunately, there's not a great way to do that. But we'll come up with something. I guess because it's N3, it's not that bad. We don't have to make another CTE, I think. Am I using =1 or =0 for checking if a row exists or not in the subqueries? Yes. Yeah. This is is 0.2 inside this subarray. This subarray. There might be a better way to do that. Hey, what's up, Spaceberry? Hello, hello. I don't think in works on JSON arrays, right? So we need to make this be. Is there not a JSON function? We'll do this. What the fuck? Why is it? Is this just pressing weird? SQLite has a where exists. Yeah, I guess I could, instead of count one. But I don't know how I rewrite this query with this. Mikarek says AOC in SQL? Hell yeah. This works is just kind of ugly. So how would I write this differently? I think it's literally just saving several characters. Yeah, like this could be star and this would be the other way around. So I don't think it actually saves me anything here. I still need to like this is my JSON array contains, which I could probably do with fucking shitty string parsing. Instead, since they're integers, like I could check if this string exists or this string exists or this string exists, which might be simpler than this. I still need to pivot out the row though. Like it just changes this call here. This part is kind of annoying. Maybe I can put this into my recursive call here to make this look less shit. Like I think if this just said P1, P2, this would be less bad. Let's try that, I guess. From distances where row ID equals 1. Select P1 from distances where row ID equals nn.I plus 1. Like, I think that makes it less gross. Does it still work though? No. I fuck it up. I fuck it up. Why? Oh, because I need +1, +2. Oh, because we started. This should start it. Yeah. Yeah, 120, 18, 314. So we get our set of 5, 4, 2. Nice, 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 nice. B-Swix here. Hello, hello. Emma's also back. Wiley GG's lurking, as is Knowledge. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. But how do I make this less shit? I kind of just want like a where exist example query because I feel like it might. I just think I've never used it. Okay. Yeah, it just changes this to this. Right? Which is, I guess, more expressive, but... but doesn't really change the... It doesn't really change the expressiveness or the information density that much. Don't want to backseat, so I'm not giving any useful tips. I mean, I think I'm pretty happy with what I have now. This actually seems okay. So now we need to get the array sizes out of here. JSON array length value from so we have our 3 values. Now I need to multiply them together. I don't have a good gadget to do product, I think. But we can just write a gross query. You can just say select Just a little manual fuckery at the end there. Wait. Maybe I can just do it like this. Largest. Ta-da! Wall Flix says AOC, welcome to the stream. Defcon Game says, oh, we squealing today? Hell yeah, we squealing today. Okay, let's try this with the full input and cry when it takes forever, but should eventually get the right answer. Actually, I think that's faster than my Python solution. Wait, why is there still a breakpoint there? Well, they're about the same time. It kind of makes sense. They're doing about the same work. Okay, but that's part one. Let's look at part two. Part two is just be adjusting the where condition. Where oh fuck, but we need to find the actual points. Oh, but that's fine. No, that's okay. We no longer need this anymore. What? What? Oh. Backwards condition. Sup, Wolverine? I'm watching your lecture. Very well done. Thanks. I stream on Twitch. It's constant interruption. 100%. Okay, so from here we need to find nn.I, I believe. Which was 30. Which is 0.7. Just checking whether this is the correct thing. What did part one say? 216, 217. No. What about the previous one? 11 and 13. Yeah, 216 and 117. Sweet. Inner join. I don't know if the query planner is going to figure this out, but interjoin distances on distances.row ID equals max nn minus 1. I should probably just do it like this. That way we don't risk the big table. Insert into last. Last is a keyword, or at least it's highlighted nicely. Let's change it to final. Yeah. P1 dot row ID equals distances dot P1. That should give us our answer. Final dot n. I called it I for some reason. Let's call it n. How's the day been so far? Pretty good. 25272. Fuck yeah. And if we do the full, it should chug for a while. Ta-da! Ta-da! Cool. All right, first place, Pete. You wanted a backseat. What's up? I'm ready for the backseating. If you have logical ways to improve this that makes it less fuckery. I don't know. I think this is fair, like better than before. In fact, I feel like this is sort of easier to read than the Python solution in a way. If you ignore the like sheer density of keywords here, because I have to do a triple unpacking. Welcome back, Major Tanya. We got it working. It's a deep select. It's even deeper if you scroll up a little bit. Yeah. It's because I have arrays and arrays. Oh, I got it working. I was just curious if you had any specific backseating to improve on this. If not, that's fine too. Oh right, it's up dog day. It's up dog day. Sandra says ADHD causing leg stomping while trying to focus. No, I'm just always wiggly. Looks good to me. Yo. I was listening to the stream on my grocery run, but programming doesn't exactly lend itself to audio only. But a lot of people put me second monitor and just let it rip. But yeah, I think this is sort of fine. It does what I want. Why did the music stop? Oh, because I didn't click the button. Oh, I guess, did I push already? No. This can all be on one line. Almost. No, not quite. I should just make a formatter. Wilfred says I'm tired and it's 4 p.m. Yo, same. I'm third monitor, stuff says Tabby. God damn it. I've been delegated to the third monitor. The worst. The worst. No, it's fine. It's fine. I can be third monitor. At least I'm on a monitor. This is gross though. I don't like that. Wilfred says I'm on main monitor. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what we like to hear. Okay, the other thing I want to do this stream is I'm hopefully doing the giant Reaper squash. This I'm currently 57 inches long. Hello? Goddamn. You could fuck someone from across the room. Anyway. Yeah, let's push this. So the last thing that I want to do with this repo before I kill it. I've shrunk? What do you mean I've shrunk? I was bigger than 57 inches before. Oh, you mean by height? Must be cold there, says Force Penguin. Yeah. I'm like for some reason thinking about the logistics of running, with an appendage of that magnitude, and I don't know. Okay, but the last thing that I want to sort of do, even though I've already been told that we don't need this, is to Greninja mode. I guess that's true. Greninja does have the scarf that is actually canonically part of its body. You just have to strap it down then? I guess you just you'd wrap it around your shoulder or something. Oh, I don't fucking know. But we're going to be deleting every tag, which I believe deletes every release. So I'm going to write a little script to archive all of the files here. Well, when there's files and not just the default ones like these. Even though I've been told that we don't need them anymore, I'm just gonna get them just in case. But yeah. John Dillerman? Who is this? Or John Dongman. A Danish stop motion. Oh yeah, I remember this. I feel like Kevin showed me this. John Dillerman is a middle-aged man who wears a red and white striped bathing costume. He has a penis that can extend to a length of dozens of meters. John uses his prehensile penis, which stretches within his clothes, as a tool, such as to tame lions or to fly about like a helicopter. But it often acts independently of John, getting him into trouble. There's multiple seasons of this? Jesus Christ. There's fucking 32 episodes of this. I guess they're 5-minute things. The series is aimed at 4 to 8-year-olds. Okay. Yeah, I think Kevin showed me this at some point. First Place P says, is this Repo Squash business or pleasure? I'm being paid to do it, so... Despite the pleasure of deleting 600 megabytes of history nonsense, I am getting paid to do it. I can sympathize with it acting independently and getting me into trouble. Right. Did I not push? Maybe I did. No, I didn't push. I need to go to my laptop. Because this is missing some things. Right? Yeah, this is missing some things. Unless I just didn't commit them. Yeah, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'll even let you see chair. I know how much you love chair. I will be right back. Chair. Okay, I hadn't actually pushed, so I just forgot. There's a diff on the other computer, but I don't want to commit it, so I'm gonna leave it out for now because I need to figure out whether some work got done. Is chat ready for one of my favorite bits? Those of you that already know, don't spoil it. I open bananas in a strange way. So most people open bananas from the top. Supposedly, monkeys open from the bottom. But I do neither. This is how I open bananas. By splitting them in half. You're welcome, chat. It's very effective, unless the banana gets too squishy. Then it just kind of doesn't work. But I don't like bananas that are too squishy, so when they get to that point, they become banana bread. Now we can get 2 bananas for the price of 1? Exactly. That's why I do it. Okay. Did I push this? Yeah. So we need to GitHub API releases, maybe? Particularly Pythonic says, I prefer bottom. The half split needs it to be just the right amount of ripe. There's a pretty good range for it. It also, as I learned on my race on Saturday, it no way works well if the bananas are frozen. But the bananas sat outside for hours at the race and became frozen, and so They were difficulty independent of how you open them. List releases, create release. Is there a list of lists at the top of this? No. Well, there probably is if I do that, but nah. These endpoints replace the endpoints to manage downloads. You can retrieve the download count and browser download URL from these endpoints. Browser download URL? What if I just want to programmatically download? Releases / assets. We gotta load the assets URL. Oh, no we don't, because apparently they're just fucking included here. Sick. Okay. So we can just use list releases? That doesn't seem too bad. When you freeze unpeeled bananas, the peels don't behave like peels anymore. The cells explode. Yeah, they get messy. But also in this case, it was just that like it was just that like you couldn't actually break the peel apart at all. It was a mess. It was a mess. Yeah, I guess we just, I mean, let's just try with curl for a start. I think that's the URL. API repos. So there's browser download URL. Can I just download from that? Like what happens if I try and download this? I probably need -L. Empty. I need capital L, not little l. Duh. Okay, this seems real easy. I don't even think I need to bother with an API token. Alamander, hello, hello. It's been a very long time. How are you doing? Good to see you again. What's up? When was the last time you were here? A very long time ago. January of this year. I didn't even know you were here this year. It's been a very long time. Are you 20 years old now? I feel like you were 19 last time you were here. The release ID. How do we get the tag or the name from this? Tag name. Target commitish. What? What the fuck? I've been here since I was 17 or something. COVID era when I started streaming. Indeed, indeed. Actually, you probably just want to... I'm gonna get lazy. It's the right one's code. Production code I wouldn't subprocess for this. Did I start streaming during COVID? No, I started streaming in 2018. You have a job? Nice! But my back hurts. Oh no. That's the duality of existence. It's a startup and I enjoy working, but oh god, my back is killing me now. Too young to have back issues. Yeah, that's kind of true. Do you have an ergonomic chair? Are you working out? Are you staying healthy? I don't know. First place, Pete says you need to set COD on check call. Oh yeah, it's just a quick script. I wouldn't even do this with subprocess if it weren't a quick script. I would do it with shutil, but then I was like, meh, then I gotta deal with it existing or not existing, and it's just easy enough. Asset name. I know you can't see what I'm writing. Oh, you can see what I'm writing. Commitish seems to be a get thing, basically commits and tags, as tags are auto dereference to their commits. Yeah. I think it means like what did the tag likely point at? I know there's some like orphan branches. We can probably look at it later, but I also don't super care. Actually, we can probably just do a little grep. A little sloppy grep. It looks like they're all made. Which is weird because I know that there are some that are not made on main, but I don't care. We're getting sloppier. This line's too long, so we're shortening the variable name. We could just call it for ass in assets. I think that's it. Variable of type stir or bytes path t of must be copy file obj then. First Place Pete says it's been nice, but I gotta go stare into the job market abyss for a couple hours. Oh no. Oh fuck, what have I done? Oh, I full screened the YouTube instead of unpausing it. Great. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I can see what you're writing, but only when Twitch wants me to. Oh. At least it's your end, not mine. I haven't dropped anything. Meat Sauce is here. How's it going? So I uploaded a long video. We very quickly got the sequel to A2AC the movie. Yeah, it's my lecture that I gave at university. My guest lecture. I guess we just let it rip. What a fix for line too long. Funnily enough, the 79 character line length was one of the things I had to fix for pre-commit. The most for the PR, usually set it to 100. Yeah. Oh, for the Babby PR. Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet. Maybe we'll look at it after this finishes, assuming it doesn't crash. If it doesn't crash, I'll commit the script, and then when I nuke the repo, at least I'll be able to retrieve all the nonsense. We'll check it out, Professor Anthonk. Yeah, I'm not qualified enough to have that title. But yeah. Yet. Yes, sure. Yet. But I don't have a PhD, and I feel like that's a pretty strong prerequisite, and I have no interest in getting a PhD. Unless it's an honorary one, which, fuck, I'll take an honorary PhD. I don't have to do shit for that. Surely I could just be like, I've contributed more to academia than writing a paper. Gimme, gimme. I don't think that'll work. I'm kind of surprised GitHub doesn't rate limit what I'm doing. But also happy, I guess. Holy fuck. Why is there 2 gigs of nonsense there? Oh, because each of these is 100 megabytes? I say holy fuck, but this is only 4 times larger than the repo itself. Robin's here, hello, hello. I'm 45 minutes into your guest lecture. Nice, nice. Particularly Pythonics says, I know a department head who didn't have a PhD. For ass and acids, assret? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, yeah, I think this works. Add script to archive, release assets. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought it was gonna take. Oh my god. No. You're back again with your nonsense. Why? The letter T in assets is load bearing? Yeah. And we could download some asses too. Alright, let's take a look at your thing, particularly Pythonic. I think we're about to find out that I don't know what rainbow brackets is, and that I might not like behavior, but we'll see. How did today's AOC puzzle go? It went better once I learned how to read. But it turns out I'm not great at reading. Which is kind of important sometimes. Oh, I see the parentheses are all colored now. They're all the same color though. Is that how it's supposed to work? I guess these are all depth 1. Oh, and here we have one that's depth 2. That's not exactly what I had in mind. But it's pretty cool that you got it working. I think what I had in mind, which is like less intrusive, is like if my cursor is on a brace, it should highlight the partner brace. And any that are unmatched should be red. But this is really cool. Big Mac Dev, welcome to the stream. I finished day 7 in admin code, but I got busy with work. Why is there so much code in the main file? Because it turns out setting up the curses nonsense is a lot of work. And because there's kind of several entry points. This is the big loop though. Why is it called buff, not buffer? Because there's already something called buffer in Python. But I'm pretty sure the reason it's called buff is because it's shorter. The trickiest bit was angular brackets since I wanted to exclude operator uses. Other than that, nothing really needed special handling. Oh, that's neat. Okay. So I'm it's hard for me to voice the conflict here, which is like, this is really cool what you've done. But I don't think I would use it is the problem. But I want to look at how you did it too, because I think that's interesting. Feel free to reject it. I wrote it for the sake of writing it. I think it's really cool, and like maybe off by default, but I would never turn it on, and then it would just be code that sits around forever. Which is, you know, a thing. I see your reformatter reformatted the reformatter. That's kind of cool. It's super hard to see what changed here though. Is this my type alias? I forget. Oh, you changed how it works, I see. Oh, there's other stuff in here. Yeah. Whoa. Here's the part that's a little bit wild. Okay, but I kind of understand it. I kind of get it. I fought with the lenders so much, in the end I started using Vabbie for Vabbie changes. One of us. I love how you're just doing some types without doing them directly. You mean in Vabbie, or? Kaxa says, in case you're wondering, I'm not done with the video. My attention span has been consumed. You had to be there, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Why was there a cast needed here? There shouldn't be a cast here because you changed the return type, right? It's tuple state, tuple region, ... I thought that's what you changed it to. There's HL uncached, but where's the cached one? Oh. Because it becomes non-nullable at some point. Yeah, I just want to insert there. Yeah, the OU cache does confuse my pilot. Meansound says, the other day at work I saw text equals text.lower if text.is upper, else text. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this is also a lazily initialized LRU cache, so that's another problem. Which I don't remember why it's done that way. Oh, because the file is lazily loaded. And so it doesn't know how big to size it. NKCSS, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. My name is Anthony. I usually work on open source Python. Today we're taking a look at a pull request that particularly Pythonic made to highlight the braces. It's less obvious in this file. Let's find a file where it would make sense. Probably my Genet solution for day 1. Yeah. Yeah, here's where it would be more helpful, or at least more coloring. You got your double star, nice. Dusky Elf Dev, welcome to the stream. I usually work on Python stuff. I created Precommit. I maintain Flake 8. I'm a PyTest core dev. I am Dead Snakes of some of the things that you would care about. But welcome. What language did you write yours in? Amarthe, welcome to the stream. Hello. If you end up doing AOC in a Lisp, then the rainbows could be useful. Yeah. This is like an example where it's sort of useful. But I think the like bolding based on the cursor position would be more useful. That's the behavior that I would want. Which, like, yeah, if we put these side by side, then like obviously this new one is better. Like obviously this is easier to understand than this. But NKCSS, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Just over an hour ago, but we had fun. Nice. Meansauce says, why does LRU cache max size equals none? It's the same as plain cache. Cache is just a shortcut. Cache didn't exist before. It was added later as sort of a convenience shortcut. It's just a quick shorthand. You did C#, hence the C#. Oh, nice, nice. But we had people do it in C, C++, Zig, F#, Roost, and other C sharpers. Nice. I really like C#. I haven't written it in a very long time. I think the last time that I actively wrote C# was in like 2010. And a lot of stuff has happened since then, but I really enjoyed writing it. I just don't find an excuse to write in C++ anymore, or C# anymore, unfortunately. Mini Jacus is here. Thank you for the resub with Prime at 5 months. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't think I'm gonna accept the PR, but I don't know. I feel bad, you know? And you already said don't feel bad about not taking PR, but it's really cool that you got this working, which is awesome. That also looks like your editor rewrote random parts of files for reasons. Dusky Elf Dust says, I was not old enough to speak in 2010. Feeling that one in my bones. Meansauce says, Pi did it as soon as we upgraded the Python version. Yep. It do know how to do that. Oh, I guess you added the rainbow colors to the theme. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's kind of cool. There's helpers for doing this if you look at the other syntax highlighting tests, rather than having to make a whole fake curses thing here. But pretty cool though. Minus all the reformats, but oh yeah, I see. You had to change the other syntax highlighting test because there's now braces in it. Okay, so says Anthony, you are old? I'm not that old. Yeah, smile. Particularly Pythonic, since I already have the text make context bits, I can make the version you like if you want. That would be really cool. I would definitely accept that. If you get something where like I am hovered on this and it like, I don't know, bolds the matching one, and if there's any that don't match, they should be red. That would be pretty cool. Kegs says 12 years older than me. Does that make you old, Kegsit? You're within a decade and a half of my age. I should have looked at the tests more. It was interesting trying to write tests for something so visual. Yeah, I think like some of my favorite tests in here are the they live in the features directory. So like I make a theme, I make a custom syntax, and then a file, and then kind of draw out how the curses characters will show up. Yeah, so like these style tests is probably easy to replicate and make something similar for the for what you're gonna try and do. You're a youngster, says Kegsit. I'm a babby. But yeah, there's kind of these like helper bits. And the cool part about these tests is there's like two forms of them. One of them actually spins up a real curses or a real tmux window, and interacts with the editor and scrapes the screen. And then there's a fast version where I fake that in memory, which is what the this guy is. This is a pretend curses that implements some of the stuff, but this is fake curses. But really cool. I'm impressed by what you were able to build so quickly. Like it seems pretty cool. I think in a lot of ways, like it's kind of a testament to like Babby being easy for someone to hack on, partially because it's written in Python, and I don't know. I wouldn't say it's completely logically organized, but at least enough that you were able to figure stuff out and poke around, which is pretty cool. I love having so much logic in my tests. Yeah, I mean, trying to make a reasonable mock for curses is kind of tricky. But yeah, that's why there's so much shit here. But this is extremely well exercised, so it's I know usually you don't want logic, but this file is a lot of like mapping what tmux calls the character to what curses calls the character to what the value that curses actually gives out, and then doing all that translation, because I need to. This is basically make the in-memory fake curses look like tmux, which yeah, kind of a mess, but I don't know. This thing's pretty cool. I haven't worked on it in earnest in a while, though. Minsa says, where do you cross the line between tests and testing directories that you have in your projects? See, that this code probably should have lived in a testing directory, or at least this part of it. Although it was really only useful for these tests in this directory. I don't know, usually testing is like functions or like helper functions for the tests, and then the tests are the actual tests. And that's usually how I'd split it up. Although this is kind of a gray area. Conf test has to contain, like, these fixtures functions have to live here, but the actual bits and bobs probably should have lived somewhere else. The handler says, hi! Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I don't know why I said it. Hi, except that that's how you wrote it. That's on you, not on me. You're good? Good to hear. Welcome, welcome. The handler, says Kexit. Yeah. What are you doing here? Aha. The bot's only slightly correct because we've already finished this. But this part is still true 3 hours in. Z Snails, hello. What's Janae? It's a functional programming language. Hi, is what Tony would say. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, cool. This is really cool. Particularly Pythonic. I am gonna wrap up for today though, because I am hungry and I have not had lunch at 4, and we did the things I wanted to do. Oh, yes. But gotta do my little spiel first. My name is Anthony. I upload educational content to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/anthonywritescode. Crazy, but it's 10:30 p.m. That's true. Are you gonna wrap up on Christmas too? I don't know, maybe. Probably not. I think I've convinced all my family to no longer do gifts. But yeah, I uploaded a new video today, which is an hour-and-a-half long lecture. And I think unsurprisingly, YouTube is probably not promoting the video because the audio and video quality are subpar. Oh no, it's about in the middle. High click-through rate. Shrugs. Anyway, go check out my YouTube channel. If you missed any part of the stream, those will end up on the second channel at anthonywritescode-vods. Go subscribe there as well. And I joined the Discord. Yes, the Dick Sword. Come hang out on the Dick Sword. Thank God, I thought your American ass didn't get my joke. Holy shit. I'm not that dumb, Kexit. Battle zone activated. Yeah. I like how that's the automatic thumbnail. I've just been letting automatic thumbnails happen in the VODs channel because it's easy enough. But yes, join the Dick Sword. Thank you all for stopping by. I will see you around. Have a good one, chat. Peace.